Yeah, man, just take a seat or something.
Yeah, man. Thanks for answering the call. It's a beautiful thing. I knew it when you mentioned it. It was gonna be a beautiful thing. I just didn't know how it was gonna play out. In my mind, I was already a part of it in a way because my aesthetics matched fucking so close
So
to it.
close to it.
Yeah, and it was just like, yo, like,
Yeah.
gotta find the right guy to walk and talk with. Not every guy can fucking walk and talk, bro.
Yeah, no. Like, who is maxed out? Is maxed out like a personality, or is that?
I mean, I've been kind of like just tossing like a few ideas in my head around like of just like that whole like alias. I'm not gonna call it like another person, but I will call it like an alias because they all share, that kind of like constant motion of rebellion style, I'll say. Like, that's my whole like play. Like, I'm not really playing on just like anything like physical besides like the name. Like, right before that, I believed I had it at Maximilian. And
So you're playing around with the name.
yeah,
a little
but
bit.
it also has the crazy build because I actually mean certain little shit by it.
Yeah.
And it's not per se for us as like, just like layman's terms. It's not for the small people. It's not for the little people.
Yeah.
And I call the little people that just pretty much haven't like cracked a corporate bank or anything like that. So pretty much like the surroundings areas, I make a play on those names because, I'm big on when you say it, you can do it.
Yeah.
When you say it enough times, it actually comes true.
Comes true.
So I play on that a lot. So Maximilian was just my brain just saying,
I'm gonna get to the millions.
yeah, I'm gonna get to the millions.
Yeah.
And mentally, it has nothing to do with a physical dollar. They could never pay me as much as I am.
What you think you're worth?
You
right.
know, they can't gauge my worth. That's a lot of like the whole like play on the names too. So Maximilian was just like, yeah, Maximilian, like, that's as much as you think you could pay me. Then when I switched, maxed out. I'm completely maxed out. That just means nobody is gonna tell me how to do it, and if you wanna pay, you're gonna pay for my way.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not just doing things frivolously. It may look like I'm cranking out content day in and day in and day out as if it was like scheduled. None of this shit is scheduled. I just like my scheduling. Like, I'll go in the house, I'll get up super early in the morning, maybe 6, 7, 8. I'll go right to my studio and I'll sit inside of my studio / showroom situation. And it's like a bunch of clothes, and from luxury to vintage to archival situations, and like some shit no one's ever gonna see. And then you have the pieces that I make, and that pretty much creates the conundrum inside of that room.
Yeah. What would you call that? Like you're a seamstress, or
Well, they call it a tailor.
Tailor, okay.
Masculine version of that is a tailor. But I'm full on right now conceptual design. Like, everything's a concept, and it's pretty much a bridge from fabric to fabric. So some fabrics aren't gonna, they aren't supposed to be together, supposedly. I'm just kind of, messing around in that area and making it my own. I admire a lot of people that have that same, brilliance to fabric. A lot of that comes from like just the Asian culture, like whether it's Japanese, Chinese. My mother part owned the cleaners with a Korean man for 15 years.
How often did you work there?
Oh man, well, that was when I was a child, and then she worked there all the way up until I got into middle school.
So I mean, not work there, but I guess how often were you there?
Every other day. I love the cleaners. See, the back of the house of a cleaner is different from the front of the house of a cleaners. It may look, just like kind of like, what the hell are you doing back there?
Yeah.
But once you go to the back, it's a well-oiled machine.
I've never been back there.
It's nuts.
I always see like the guy back there, and he's going through the racks and stuff.
Yeah. Well, that guy's, he's pretty much, you could call him the director. He's like pretty much making sure everything is in its place. All those racks you see,
Yeah.
they either have a letter or a name attached to it.
Yeah.
So everything is accounted for.
I still, to this day, I think there's like 2 cleaners that have like a shitload of my clothes that I just never picked up.
Yeah. Well, it's either there or it's at the Goodwill by now.
I mean like, 'cause I was big on like, I learned early like taking your clothes to the laundry just fucks up your clothes.
Oh, yeah.
So where'd you grow up?
Chester, PA. And that's
PA,
pretty
okay.
much, let's say, 15 minutes from the Philadelphia airport.
Okay.
Small town.
And how was school?
I didn't go to elementary inside of Chester, PA.
Mm-hmm.
I went to elementary in upstate Pennsylvania, closer to our like Penn State main campus. So I was around like tons of cultures. You name it, Spanish.
There was just some diversity.
Yeah, just so many. You got these cats that came from New York, what I really like picked up on when I was like younger, living in upstate, because their style was so different. And that's the first time I seen the Bread 12s, and I was like tweaking out, like, yo, what the hell are those? Like, and why haven't I seen them like anywhere? Like, what was that? And I believe I was like maybe 5, 6, but immediately after that, I saw those shoes and saw that different demographic, because there's a lot of whites there too, but you're different. It was Amish. So I wasn't really seeing like a typical everyday, like, black or white or Spanish or Korean or any type of person. We were in this town and it was basically like valley written, meaning everyone knew each other. You weren't too far if you didn't know each other. Thrift stores were in play every day. I didn't just get acquainted with thrift stores in 2023, so that's like the child version of me. You know how they say like you'll soak up your things between 4 and 7. We know what you need in the community and we're giving it. I had a lady, in that same area make me my first pair of pants. It was pretty much what my mom needed. She was like, yeah, we're gonna go to church. You think you could make them some pants? And I was just like, yo, I'm elated to get these pants.
And did you grow up with brothers and sisters?
I got 5 sisters.
Oh, wow.
5 sisters. My dad was kind of there. My dad was in and out, but childhood-wise, he was, pretty much as a baby, he was there. And then, like, as I grew up, he kind of like phased out.
So that must have helped you with fashion, right? Women are like hip to fashion.
You would think, my dad was a fashion designer, and that's how he greeted my mom, dressing her. So right now, the apple doesn't far from the tree as far as father to son goes.
Gotcha.
Now, my mom, on the other hand, she was, I would call my dad like more so like prep work, as far as like style goes. Like, he was preppy, like he had the whole like hard, sharp creases, like, capitalized on the loafers with the tassels, with the penny, like that guy. Not to say he wasn't, I remember seeing this one pic, my dad was like heavy flannel, denim short, and, just like a sneaker. And he had his hairs in like twisties.
Yeah.
Like, so he was also like, I don't think he was battle on identity. I think he knew whatever direction he went to, he'd be good type of dresser. Now, when it came to my mom and like high fashion, that's what my dad approached her with, playing the high fashion, like luxury style and fitted. My mom was like really thin growing up, and, he kind of played on like that kind of like 5'7" model type. I think the influencers do get play as far as the height goes, but you have to have that influencer number to match it.
Yeah.
So it's like they're not frivolously picking. It's like, yeah, he's short, but he also has 1,000,001 followers. So let's go for it.
Wait, I don't want to get too far from. You said something that kind of like struck a chord to me. Is like, you said something about identity when it comes to. You said like
dressing.
Your father didn't have like an identity issue. Do you see that? Is that actually like, do you notice that about people?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'll tell you something else a bit more deeper than that, as far as my father goes. So my father was diagnosed with schizophrenia, and it's another situation. I don't know what it's called, but you know, I know he had that going on with him. Now, granted, I didn't know this till I was maybe 20, maybe 30. You know, and he just passed maybe a couple years ago too. So I had just found out this thing. But I also seen from like the pictures, his style never changed. So no matter how much he was going through, whatever he is going through, whether it was medication, whether it was drugs, whether it was whatever he chose to do, his identity was always, the outside shell was just him. It was pure. Like no one knew what he was going through because he kept it so, you know, he kept his thing so tight as far as like the outer body goes.
But I mean, I'm sorry to hear that. First
Yeah.
off, my father, I just seen him yesterday, and so I could just imagine how that feels. But
Right.
when I'm talking about identity, I was just talking about the everyday person. Like,
Oh,
do
yeah.
people tie their identity to the way they dress?
Me personally, yes. I get up and I dress with either happiness or, I mean, I wouldn't say quote unquote sadness because that's a rare day for me. I mean, I'm so grateful about so many things. I could see like a penny on the floor and be just like happy it's another penny there. So I feel like right now people are dressing according to mood, absolutely, but it's not their moods. 9 times out of 10,
Somebody else's.
Yeah, they're pulling from moods. I mean, I would say it with like right now, like a staple thing with, I mean, the internet is calling it, or the blogs are calling it, it's like a certain type of dresser. I think they compare it like Playboy Cardi and like King Carson, and like they all have this very kind of like vampire,
Yeah.
new age vampire style,
like Satan worshiper.
Yeah.
Well, not Satan worship, but like
the aesthetic of
Yeah.
a Satan worshiper, but probably as fucking happy as can be, man. Probably like, you know, giving their mother hugs and kisses with all these, you know, things going on. But at the same time, it weighs on, I notice how it weighs on the people that they interact with. Maybe the people that they don't even have to say hello to, but they come across their presence and they come across their outer shell. I think I probably shot more times with my mother than any other person. And with her, when I was out shopping, it was never about how much anything costs. You know, my mother was a working mother. And you know, whether it was my father or my grandfather, I don't believe there was a time where I asked about how much something costs. It was more so, how does it look? Does it fit you? You know, is this how you want to express yourself, basically?
Yeah.
And I knew from that early age, I was just in a place where when I did put something on, I wanted to reflect my personality. And I wanted to reflect who I am entirely. Not just for the day, but after, you know, that's why now, you know, you're gonna see me in like 9 times out of 10 statement pieces. Why? Because I'm in control of my closet. You know, not my mother or my father anymore. This is just what it looks like. Now I got photos from a kid where all they did was put me in like suits and ties. No matter the occasion, man. It was like I was in the backyard with a suit and a tie on. I was at another kid's birthday party with a suit and a tie on. And I'm just like, yo, where's this coming from? And like,
And today you're in a tie.
oh man, I mean, like, my whole like thing with fashion right now, or just like putting outfits together right now, is I need to roll with the punches. And some of my punches come out of like left field. Like, I'm in a suit and tie, fucking tailored to the fucking Dickens, and I got a jumpsuit on under it. The belt that I was gonna wear with the pants, I just wrapped around the jumpsuit. Basically, I have no line I'm not gonna cross. There's no wrong decision in my fashion eyes, ever. Like, I'll be able to put the most, you know, random things together, and it'll correspond with my attitude and my mood, and no one's gonna question it. Why? Because I'm carrying it that way. I carry it with confidence enough for you not even to question it. You know, to the point where it's.
Now, is that
Yeah.
did you go to school, or this is just something you've just from experience?
Man, school of hard knocks, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, my dad was a designer. My mom part owned the cleaners. It's not too much.
But that was it.
Yeah, it was my schooling on purpose. You know, I would sit under my mom, and I would, those middle school days or those childish days, I would sit with whether it was my mom or whether it was a guy up there that was tailoring at the machine in the front of the cleaners. And I would just watch him go. And one thing led to another, you know. I started to get into clothes to the point where it was just like, I don't want to wear what they have out right now. I'll just make it. And a lot of the like things to be made was painting on t-shirts around the times, like early 2000s. Like a brand name Mesquite. When I was 11, the brand name Mesquite, man.
Yeah, I remember we brought that up that day.
Yeah, man, and they were killing it.
Yeah, and they were from Philly.
Yeah, they were from Philly, but they had New York in like some sort of chokehold too, because
I bought a shirt. I bought a Mesquite.
exactly, man. It was kind of going mad, but you know, little town. This is a point when I was in Chester, PA, and they were in Chester, PA, and they were like, yeah, we want you to paint on T-shirts, but no one said, yo, I see your designs. Are you selling them, or should you sell them, or we're gonna sell them? It was like, yeah, we see your designs, but do you want to work with us? So I was like, nah, like I'm just gonna take some time to myself. Like I'm 11, you know. And it was like, I'm just gonna do some things for myself. So I end up painting on a bunch of T-shirts, and that end up, you know, changing into all sorts of things. That kind of nurtured my hand to just, you know, get my like lines right as a, you know, an illustrator. And then next thing you know, like I said, I was sitting under this guy at my mom's cleaners watching him do the tailoring. That immediately switched the moment I knew I couldn't get any more gratification, like physically, out of the paint to clothing ratio.